Yeah, yeah. I mean, so one thing is, I'm always curious whenever anybody's playing against a Falco, especially like a good Falco, how they deal with lasers. And Samus is like kind of the only character that can be described as a tank in Melee. You know, most of the other heavy characters kind of die immediately anyway. But Samus has the recovery to back up the weight. And sometimes Falco can actually struggle to kill for that in that regard. But also means her CC is really strong, but Falco has so many good tools against CC.
And the other thing, like we talk, you know, there is also that rare use of shine in this game, which is, believe it or not, as we just saw, right, actually reflecting a projectile. This is the matchup it's probably the most useful in, and the question is going to be just how does Mudjam find the way in?
Well, apparently you can find the way in by your opponent finding the way out of life.
Absolutely.
All right, but 133. And this is the thing, like, Samus is still doing all right. Like, 136. Falco, even back air is not killing. Oh, never mind. I think actually, did Mudjam
we're commentators, remember, whatever we say, the opposite happens, so.
I'd like to imagine. So, okay, so cool thing right here.
Yep. Power shield moment.
What is going to happen? He shielded that into, I think because so it gets powered up when it gets reflected by the shine, but it gets depowered when it gets reflected by the power shield.
Yep.
So it remained at, like, probably neutral
it doesn't get, I was going to say, it doesn't get strong enough to break the shine, and so it just keeps going.
But with how did that missile just not hit him? Homing my ass.
Speaking of great either combined with Samus's floaty weight to avoid the spike there from Falco, not going to be able to keep that pressure, or not going to be able to keep avoiding that pressure, however, and going to maybe find a way back. That was an insane route.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, Samus, this stage is a little bit trickier than others just because there isn't as much room to tether on Battlefield. But, nonetheless, a good player like Mudjam will find it. And now 138%, but makes his way back. What can he do with it?
He's just cooking right now. Like, fully just, the pressure was on and it was weird and wild. But now it's been reversal, having to find the way out of the corner once again. Nice little movement mix-up. Just a reset back to neutral, but not able to get away from the pressure and losing the stock out to that back air. Just so much more
at the same
left
time,
to do.
Able to have done a lot of damage, and a lot of percent in this matchup means that any hit's going to send Falco off stage. And Falco recovering against Samus, I mean, honestly though, Rap has gotten away with it pretty well. But regardless, it is kind of it's always a risk.
Good SDI there out of the up air, just to keep holding on. The question is though, Mudjam starting off right strong off the back of Rap's SD, but now just needing to find the opening. Has the opportunity here with the corner pressure, but a beautiful angle back to stage.
Yeah, gorgeous stuff right now. And now Mudjam struggling to the wonky SDI. But regardless, trying to find the kill. 132%. This is the situation where, up B's not going to do it. And up B's nowhere near close to doing it. And even things like forward air, okay, there we go. Finally finding it. We do have the charge shot online. We haven't really seen charge shot be a factor just yet, but it can, especially when you're edge guarding the Falco puts himself in a bad position with the up B, can die at almost no percent. And once again, look at it.
But I think the fact that we saw the charge shot come out or get prepped so willingly is also a testament to the state of the game right now, right? Mudjam knows that he has to find something risky to create this opening because, well, we saw the power shields, we saw the reflectors coming out before. You can't just throw that charge shot out willy-nilly in an even matchup.
Yeah, but that's why it's really useful when he's off stage.
Absolutely.
You know? But regardless, no charge shot online. The thing is that just hasn't, like, in the normal state of the game, Mudjam has not had the freedom to charge it up. Lasers come across the stage, doesn't even really force Falco to approach. Okay, good stuff with the power shield right there. Getting damage here, but a good knockdown. What can he actually do with it, though? Yeah, just the punish game is, like, we're seeing, percent getting tacked on, but Rap is living to pretty late percents. I haven't really seen any edge.
And I like the way that Rap is fishing out Mudjam's movement, especially under these platforms, finding ways to just keep, finding ways to get Mudjam to show off the platform mix-ups and then dissect them at that reset point in the loop, in the flow. to find opening, find ways in, and now has a huge one here with the corner pressure. Might be able to get something started and breaking up the tether. Beautiful stuff, and unfortunate way to end the game.
I'm actually unsure whether the hit got in the way of him grabbing the
I think
he
it
stood
did.
a little bit higher.
It looked like it might have, though.
That was, I'm curious actually. I'm not familiar enough with the sort of more esoteric parts of Samus to be sure about that. Oh no, that's the first grab we've seen. Oh, normally when you grab a Spacey as Samus, you will start doing some real nice stuff. But I mean
hey.
good stuff's coming out here, but high side beat does not get punished. And this is sort of, okay, this is the position we saw at the beginning of that game one. And oh, the DI, that was such a good mix-up. Recognizing that he was going to be holding away, trying to get out of the combos, and just letting loose that forward smash.
And my heart fills for MudJam right now, because this feels to some degree like you're just, like you're getting, every time you start cooking, every time you get an opening, Rap just comes in and really just wraps it right back around, coming in, finding the reversal, and just stealing that first stock away. And it's just, I feel like MudJam just can't catch a break.
Yeah. Ooh, all right.
Ooh.
MudJam, the thing is, like, MudJam is surviving, you know? Like, taking hits, surviving to very late percents, and then finds that one opening and possibly does the most that he can. Ooh, that was a little bit, I don't know if I agree with that. I understand that if the up B connects, that's really cool.
Sometimes you just got to go for those style points. Sometimes you just got to go for the peak cheek. Speaking of,
you don't. Sometimes you don't have to go for it, is the thing. Like,
yeah,
all
but
right.
I mean, let's be real. Let's be real. Who's like Falco not to go for it?
Falco can be played patiently. Falco
yeah, but who does?
Who does what?
Who does? Who pursues that consistently?
All right. Anyway, back to the game here. Oh, I love that grab. It's like, it's once again so risky as Samus. So whenever Samus lands it, it's such a call out. But these forward smashes, I mean, they worked out earlier, but MudJam being a lot more eager to shield, especially because Falco, although he has great shield pressure, doesn't necessarily, like, his grab doesn't really lead to that much. So it's not the same risk as, say, shielding against a Fox. And there we go. Finally, the homing missile does its job.
But the question is, it does its job, but there's still another stock to go, and trying to find any way to open this up, hold on to this stock as long as possible, and somehow making a way back. Had the opening for the charge shot, but just couldn't find
that was
mark.
I cannot believe that Rap just jumped right over it. But now 146%. This is the sort of thing where I think we're going to be looking for a down tilt, just because Samus being floaty is going to die off the top earlier than you'd think. Going for it again. Okay, I do understand kind of the concept of it. Samus being a floaty character. All right, finally finds the back air. But Samus being a floaty character can't necessarily get back down to the ground and punish you immediately for going for that. But I still think it's just reactable, and MudJam's not showing that he's falling for it.
That being said, MudJam does look well positioned
to
find this game, having the corner pressure and looking for the partially charged charge shot. Love the idea, but just once again, not able to clean it up. Had it pushed to the absolute limit, but just not able to close it out against Rap. Finally, maybe able to do so, and is. We've got one more game on our hands.
Yeah, but we do have stage counter pick for Rap. I'm curious what's banned. I feel like one of these two really hates FD, and I can't tell who it is.
I feel like they probably just mutually both are like, regardless of which one of us hates FD more, it just sounds miserable. Let's not go there. That's where my brain goes.
Yeah, yeah, we're going to be going to Yoshi's. This, of course, is a favorite stage by Falcos, generally speaking. And that smaller ceiling on top. Oh, good job on short. But I love when people accidentally side B, but then they react to the fact that they accidentally side B, and they make sure they get the short so they don't die. But the smaller ceiling on top is going to be really important. We might be able to see some shine combos actually killing off the top. Yeah,
finding the pillars all the way to heaven, but potentially, but by the same token, right, you still have Samus, who despite being more of a zoner, has some really good counter hit buttons in this game, has some very good space controlling hitboxes, and on a smaller stage here like Yoshi's, you do have the ability to fight them away from you.
And so Samus does have, like, you know, good controlling stuff, but also sometimes her burst options are surprisingly good. She has a fantastic wave dash. Her dash attack is also very solid. And for the most part, we haven't, because of laser, we haven't really necessarily seen defensive Samus play, at least in the way that you classically would with tilts and everything.
Listen, I mean, we out here high tech all the way to the future, blasting lasers, charge shots, left, right, and center. We're trying now, Mudjam, to find a way back to stage, and I love
that up B.
I loved it so much, dude. Finding him, you know what it was? That was unironically an ultimate screw attack right there. It was.
Yes, okay. Kind of trading right there is unfortunate for Mudjam, but right, things getting slowed down a little bit now, and you can see that when things get slowed down, that's when all of a sudden Rap can start throwing out these lasers and getting solid percent for it. It's like, if you're a defensive character like Samus, it sucks the fact that you kind of have to approach, even on a smaller stage like this. And just one of the things that, like, good players will do against Falco is know when they can take the lasers and just counterattack. And right now we're not necessarily seeing that, but lived, and that's all that matters.
I love the way that Mudjam throughout this entire set has been utilizing Samus's floatiness in combination with some really tricky DI to find his way out of these finishers where where Rap would chase almost anybody else, right? Chase any other character in the cast, but here with the combination of the weight and the floatiness, it's just impossible to pin Mudjam down.
Oh, I like that. Finally powering one of those lasers, gets him the opening, but not able to. That's like the second or third time that we've seen the high up B, and it's just not being punished. Ooh, interesting. Also, I love the angling on the shields from Rap, recognizing that, you know, Samus has hitboxes that can shield poke, and there it is. That's what I'm talking about. That shine off the top is just fantastic. That's a kill that was just not there at all earlier, and that's why losing game one can really suck sometimes.
Yes, it can, but not out of this yet. Mudjam still potentially able. He just needs to find an opening. It starts with that stock there. Now you have one more, or potentially, right, you're just a combo string, a charge shot away from finding the opening, but you need to find a way to stay alive, not get pillared off the top for a third time this game. Salty, I mean, I think we might be seeing the end here of our bounty hunting hero.
Very possibly. We do have the charge shot still in the bank, though. Yeah, but finding the opportunity to throw it out. Oh, did not actually. Was that use of the Landel? I'm not sure, but regardless, still alive, 131%, and this is Falco. You know, in a lot of respects, he is still a glass cannon, and
I love the idea, but just not able to close it out.
137% on a stage like this. Oh my God, he died at like what?
Hold on, this is doable.
Never mind. Good stuff. Yeah, recognition.